This is the basic equation of motion of or we can say the equation of equilibrium of forces of the mass that is undergoing the free undamped vibration. So this is the inertia force plus restoring force. Since the total force acting on the system is 0, so it is here 0. So writing it in differential form, it would be m d2x by dt square plus kx equals to 0. And now rearranging the terms, d2x by dt square plus k by m x equals to 0. So we can write omega n as under root k by m. So here it would be d square plus omega n x equals to 0. Omega n equals to under root k by n. So we can write here omega n square x equals to 0. So d square plus omega n square equals to 0. So d would be equals to plus or minus omega n I, where omega n is the natural frequency of the vibration. It is the characteristic of vibration motion which depends on stiffness and mass. So this actually means that for a certain mass and a certain stiffness of a vibration system, of a vibrating system, it is having a particular natural frequency that if we will excite the mass through any of the exciting force, whatever be the magnitude of the exciting force, it will vibrate with this natural frequency. So omega n is it, that's why it is called natural frequency, because it is the inbuilt property of the system with which it vibrates based on the mass and the stiffness of the spring. So d equals to plus or minus omega ni. Let x equals to a e raised to lambda t. So this is the basic general solution that we have for this kind of differential equation. So it would be, if we differentiate it one time, x dot, that is equals to dx by dt, would be equals to lambda a e raised to lambda t. X double dot, again differentiating it with respect to t. So d2x by dt square would be equals to lambda square a e raised to lambda t. So now we can write here as m lambda square a e raised to lambda t plus k a e raised to lambda t equals to 0. This is nothing but we have substituted the value of x double dot and x in the equation of motion, or we can say the equation of equilibrium in here. So m lambda square a e raised to lambda t plus k a e raised to lambda t equals to 0. And now simply solving it as quadratic equation, we can get lambda square is equals to plus or minus k by mi. So as we know that we have defined under root k by m as omega n, we can write as x of t is equals to cf plus pi. Now a1, because this is the basic fundamental of differential equations, that x of t would be equals to complementary function plus a particular integral. So the complementary, so ultimately after rearranging all the terms, we can write x of t as c1 cos omega t plus c2 sin omega t. Now putting the boundary value conditions, as we know that so cos omega t and sin omega t are periodic functions which repeat itself after a certain period of time, and after a certain interval of the angle, that after the certain interval of the angle, so and we know that it is 2 pi. So omega t equal, after the omega t becomes equals to 2 pi, this function will repeat itself. So t should be equal to 2 pi by omega, and this we call it as time period of the vibrating system, that is t equals to 2 pi by omega. This t can be described as, can be shown physically as, this would be the time period, that after this time period the system again come back to its same position, and then it repeats itself over the rest of the time. And frequency is simply the reciprocal of time period, 1 by t is equals to omega 2 pi. And definition of frequency is that per unit time, or we can say per 1 second, how many vibrations are taking place. Suppose this is the time period of 1 second, total time of 1 second, and suppose this one full vibration, then another full vibration, and the third half, only the quarter of the vibration is taking place. So we can say that frequency of vibration would be equals to 1 plus 1 plus 1 by 4, because the third vibration took place only up to 1/4 within 1 second. So it would be equals to 2 plus 1 by 4, that would be 2.25 radian or 2.25 cycles per second. So this is actually the frequency of vibration, and because we know that omega is equals to under root k by m, we can write it in terms of k and m.